Good morning, everyone, and thank you for coming to Iroquois Park this morning. A little brisk, beautiful fall morning. It's always wonderful to be at Iroquois Park. I just a couple weeks ago had a wonderful run here as part of the Mayorthon series that we had here at Iroquois Park. And every night we're welcoming thousands of people to Iroquois Park this month for the Jack-O-Lantern Spectacular in partnership with the Parks Alliance of Louisville. So encourage everyone, if you have not been here yet, if you have not taken your family, your young kids, come on out. It's a wonderful experience. Regardless of your age, you'll really enjoy it. And I want to thank a few of my good friends and colleagues from Metro Council that are joining us here today. We have council members Fowler, Rui, Blackwell, Batson that are joining us here today. Thank you for your partnership. Thank you for your commitment and dedication to our park system here that is getting better by the day. Also, thanks to Representative Rourke for joining us here today. Really appreciate that. And you'll be hearing from Bridget with our wonderful Louisville Parks and Recreation team. I want to thank LMPD, Friends of Iroquois Park, Wilderness Louisville, the Olmsted Parks Conservancy, and Deputy Mayors David James and Nicole George, all of whom have been so incredibly supportive of our park system, and in particular, this great initiative that we are announcing today. We have a park system in Louisville that is second to none. We have a park system that people from all over the city and all over the region and country love to visit and enjoy. We have so much momentum happening here in our park system. We're adding pickleball courts on a regular basis. We're upgrading our playgrounds. We're making important investments in parks right here at Iroquois Park and parks all over our entire city. Just recently, we've made great announcements of the investments in Hayes Kennedy Park in Prospect, in Central Park in Old Louisville, in Riverview Park in Southwest Louisville, and so many other parks in between. That's because my team, my colleagues on Metro Council, we all know how important our parks are to the people of Louisville. We know that parks are a second home to some folks. People go there every day to walk, to meet friends, to play, to enjoy. Whether it's there as to enjoy the green space, or to hike, or to bike, or to do so many other things that our parks offer, our parks play such an important role in our physical health, in bringing people together, in our mental health, in the quality of our city's life, our economy, educational attainment, and so much more. And so since I took office, actually even before I took office, I've been working very closely with our colleagues on the Metro Council to talk about how we can continue to make even more historic investments in our park, how we can partner with our friends in the private sector to enhance our park system. And today, we're here to talk about an exciting next step that we are taking to improve our park system, to improve the quality of life for people all across our city. And it's a step that we're taking because we've been listening. We've been listening to residents all across our city. In a survey that was conducted as part of the Parks for All plan, we heard from our community that the top two reasons some people said they hesitated to use our parks were because of concerns they had about safety and security. They were general concerns. They weren't focused on any one park or any one particular issue. But we heard them loud and clear. And we strongly believe that everyone in Louisville deserves access to a clean, safe, and well-maintained public park. And people in our community need to know that when they raise their voice, when they share their concerns, that Metro Council and our administration will listen and will act on them and will respond. Today, we're thrilled to announce some of the action that we're taking. Today, we're proud to announce that Louisville Metro government is launching a new Park Ranger program. Park Rangers will be members of our Louisville Parks and Recreation team. They will also be sworn public safety officers who will enforce all state and local laws. These include making sure park hours are enforced, along with preventing vandalism, illegal trash dumping, and any other violations that happens in our parks. Park Rangers will work with the public and with other city and state employees to ensure that everyone has a safe and positive experience in our park system. So right now we have posted the job opening for the Senior Park Ranger. This will be the first person hired as part of the new park ranger team. This was funded in our last budget, $300,000 that my colleagues on Metro Council approved for the launch of this new park ranger program that we hope to expand in the coming years. This new senior park ranger that we're posting the job to hire will be a public safety professional who will manage and build the park ranger program, which will operate through our park system. They will work closely with LMPD and other city agencies and state groups as necessary. Louisville had a park ranger program that ended many years ago. In fact, I think Ron Johnson, who is the last member of that park ranger team, is here with us today. Ron, thank you for your service to our city, and we're looking forward to bring it back. We're bringing it back with specific guidelines. This was a recommendation that came out of a program that colleagues from our government and from the private sector participated in, the Bloomberg Harvard City Leadership Project. Back in June, we announced that Louisville was one of only 10 cities invited to participate in this project, and we were focusing the effort on parks. And this park ranger program has been improved and really thought through as part of that important program. So here to tell you a little bit more about that work, to hear more about this pilot project that was conducted here in Iroquois Park, I want to introduce you to one of our colleagues on LMPD, Lieutenant Caleb Stewart. Lieutenant Stewart. Thank you.
So last year, Mayor Greenberg put together a team that was tasked at looking at areas of improvement in our metro parks. This team, which became to be known as Parks and Lou, joined several similar teams from other cities across the globe as part of the Bloomberg Harvard City Leadership Initiative. Some of the other cities included Wellington, New Zealand, Medina in Saudi Arabia, Amsterdam, as well as Los Angeles and Long Beach, California. For several months, the teams collaborated together to learn about and implement problem-solving strategies. Making our parks safe and inviting for all became the theme of the Parks and Lou team, and we chose Iroquois Park as the starting point for our work. Iroquois Park is the largest of the more than 120 metro parks. It is very diverse and has thousands of visitors each month. Iroquois Park is truly a microcosm for all the parks in Metro Louisville, and our thinking was that if we could have a positive impact in a park such as this, it would be possible to have a positive impact in all of our parks. So our entry point in Iroquois Park was to enforce the park hours. Just like all metro parks, Iroquois Park is closed from 11 p.m. to 6 a.m. By enforcing the park hours, we theorized that there would be fewer instances of misuse in the park. For 3 months earlier this year, LMPD's 3rd Patrol Division diligently checked the park after hours and warned people who were found to be in the park. The officers spoke with 157 people that they found in the park after hours, and over 98% of them were not seen in the park again in violation of the park hours. At the end of the 3 months, data showed that there was more than a 60% decrease in the misuse of the park when compared to the same 3-month period from last year. This illustrates the positive impact that a uniform presence in the park, interacting with people, and communicating expectations can have. We'd like to thank Major Bachman and the 3rd Division for their commitment to this project. We'd also like to thank Major Lewis and the 4th Division who have agreed to take on a similar project in Wyandotte Park and Houston Quinn, which illustrates LMPD's continued commitment to make our parks safe and inviting for everyone. And now that Mayor Greenberg has announced bringing back park rangers to our city, I'm very excited to see the positive impact that those park rangers are going to have for years to come.
Thank you so much, Lieutenant Stewart. Thank you for your participation in this pilot program. Thank you also for what you and your colleagues do every day. Our city is cleaner and it is safer because of you and your colleagues. Thank you so much. One aspect of the Park Ranger Initiative that we'll keep track of, the impact that it has on public safety and improving the experience for everyone who visits our park. So here to tell a little bit more about that aspect of the Park Ranger program, which is incredibly important, I'd like to introduce Bridget Fraley from Louisville Parks and Recreation. Bridget, thank you so much for your leadership on this. You have worked tirelessly, countless hours to make this happen. Thank you so much.
In our Bloomberg Harvard work, we learned that you have to select an entry point or a focused place to start, which is just what Lieutenant Stewart discussed. We also learned that one of the key components to contributing to meaningful change is using data to learn and improve our approach to drive decision making and demonstrate a return on investment. Historically, the Parks and Recreation Department has had minimal data in regards to program outcomes. Because of our Bloomberg work, we have created a new system internally to address this. The Parks Department is now systematically tracking data points around vandalism and actual cost, as well as graffiti abatement and illegal dumping, and the associated man hours for removal. Additionally, we keep data in regards to violations of LMCO 42.31, which lists the prohibited activities of the parks. With the ongoing tracking of this data, we will be able to do month-to-month comparisons, year-to-year comparisons, and a trend analysis over time. We plan to use this data to inform the park ranger work with focused entry points. The park ranger program was funded with an initial investment by the Mayor and Metro Council. Thank you very much for that investment. And because of that investment, we are able to come up with a strategic and logical plan for rollout. The senior park ranger will work in a data-driven, concentrated areas for rollout to ensure that there is meaningful impact. We will learn to iterate through the process, and we will change our response to parks as necessary. Through these focused entry points and data, we will be able to demonstrate impact and outcomes for the program, and thereby being good stewards of your tax dollars. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bridget. The Senior Park Ranger job posting is now online at bestparksever.com. And I want to again thank all of our colleagues on Metro Council who supported this program, who support so many key investments that we're making in our parks. Some people in our city, we often take our parks for granted. We are going to continue to invest in our parks, to continue to bring more residents of Louisville into our parks to enjoy what they have to offer and to show everyone what they can do to help make our city safer, stronger, and healthier. So again, I want to thank all of our council members that are here with us today. Council members Cindy Fowler, Rick Blackwell, Khalil Batchan, Betsy Rui, and I think that's for all of you. And thank you all so much for your leadership on all of these things. I want to make sure I got you all. So thank you so much. And how about our new vehicle? Great design, Bridget. Thank you for putting that together. It looks wonderful. So we're going to move on to one other topic today. We're happy to answer any questions about this when we get to the Q&A, but thank you guys so much for everything. This is a true partnership that has come together, as you can tell, from all parts of the city government, working with nonprofit organizations as well, having private sector support, and we are really excited for the launch of the Park Ranger program to continue to make our parks even better than they are today moving into the future. Thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. All right, we've got one other really fun topic to talk about here today as well. Many of you all may have recently seen my recent posting on social media encouraging everyone to vote for Louisville Racing's Katie Lund for the Lauren Holiday Impact Award. Katie has raised more than $14,000 for Norton Children's Hospital. She's an amazing person. Rachel and I have gotten to know her over the years. She cares so much, not just about wins and losses for racing, but also for doing good in this community. She's an amazing woman, and we want everyone to support Katie Lund for the Lauren Holiday Impact Award. So please check out my social media, check out Racing social media, and vote for Katie to win that award. She is so incredibly deserving of that. But that's not the only thing you can do to support racing. I want you to please join me. Please join me and other friends around the city in supporting Louisville Racing as they get ready to wrap up their regular season. Louisville Racing is our team playing at the highest level of professional sports in the NWSL, and they need our support. We want to all come out and send them off this regular season with a great crowd. So please join me in welcoming Ryan Dell to tell us a little bit more about how we can cheer on Racing for their final home game of the season, show them some love in the coming days, and continue to support the amazing women that are part of Racing Louisville. Ryan?
Thank you, Mayor Greenberg. It's a privilege to be here today at beautiful Iroquois Park. Support from your administration, racing fans, all around Louisville and this great Commonwealth has been remarkable this 2024 season. In 2024, we have seen an 11% increase in attendance for racing matches. With the NWSL's new television deal with ESPN and CBS, Amazon, and ION, racing matches have been watched by over 2 million people across the United States this season. That's the most television viewers of any professional sports team in Kentucky history. Racing Louisville is at a pivotal juncture of this season. With 2 games left, we sit 3 points outside of a playoff position. On Saturday, we need all in the region to join and support Louisville's top-tier professional sports team against the Portland Thorns at Lynn Family Stadium. The match will mark the final home game of the season and will celebrate Fan Appreciation Day, and we'll be providing free rally towels. In addition to Fan Appreciation Night, we'll also be celebrating 2 remarkable advocates for our team and for our community. Aaron Wright, a Kentucky native and defender for Racing Louisville, has partnered to create a diaper drive with a nonprofit called New Hope Services. I've recently learned that more than 50% of mothers have diaper insecurities after the birth of a child. Erin is working as a mother herself to bring these diapers and help cure that insecurity around our region. Saturday's match will also be sponsored by Kentucky Fertility Institute, who support families with pregnancy infertility and pregnancy services. Dr. Hunter has been a remarkable advocate for women and families in our Louisville community. KFI's support of this match comes from when our head coach, Bev Yanas, and her husband, OT, suffered a miscarriage this past summer. In conversations with Bev, she wants to become an advocate for mothers just like her, so they don't have to feel the same pain and loss that she did. We're thrilled to work with Dr. Hunter and the Kentucky Fertility Institute to support Coach Yanas and families in Louisville and beyond. More information on how fans can support both the diaper drive and the advocacy by Coach Bev will be shared by the club later this week. Focusing back on the field, we need all of Louisville to show up for racing on Saturday to give a true home field advantage as we wrap up this home season. The push to the playoffs has been challenging, and our players value your support more than ever. I invite all soccer fans from our region to Lynn Family Stadium, and as we make this historic push toward the team's first playoff berth. Tickets are available on RacingLouFC.com or on SeatGeek, and I hope to see you all there.
Bridget and Lieutenant Stewart, maybe you guys want to join. Eleanor was asking about, you had mentioned a statistic that 60%, I'm also repeating the question so folks can hear that on stream, someone had mentioned a statistic about 60% decrease and what data points were used in that.
Ripping through the park and things like that. But for example, if there was a situation where, there was a dugout or a bathroom or something, and there was somebody that had maybe, taken up residence in that place, and so that other people, couldn't use it as it was intended, then that would be an example of a misuse of the park. And so the data points that were collected was a 3-month period earlier this year from, was it April 15th? I believe started April 15th for 3 months. They collected data of that happening this year and compared it with last year, and there was a 60% decrease in the misuse of the parks. And the 3-month period this year was in conjunction with the program that the LMPD 3rd Division spearheaded by checking the hours.
And any statement that you might have for people concerned about park safety, especially as we're losing more daylight hours.
Yeah, so one of the big things that park rangers are going to help do is to enforce park hours. Park hours are there for the safety of the public. We want people to enjoy the park when they're open for use, when there are other people here, when our law enforcement is focused on security of the park as well. And so that is going to be one of the things that they focus on. We know that the park rangers will not be in every park at every moment of every day, but what they will be doing is they will be providing support and services to the parks when they are there. We hope this program continues to grow. We hope they interact a lot with the people who are using the park. in many different ways to build strong relationships with them. And so that this is a first step in that program to help improve the safety of our parks. So the question was, do we plan to hire any retired LMP officers for this position? This position is being posted today and is available to anyone. You do need to you will be a sworn law enforcement official. So whether it's LMPD or another agency that the individual has worked with before, that is important to be a public safety professional. Again, in this first year, there will be a couple of other positions hired once this lead role is hired as well. Who that individual is, what their experience is, that's why we're posting the position. We do not have an individual in mind. And we're excited to get someone who shares our passion for improving the quality of parks for this position. Thank you all very much. Have a wonderful, beautiful day.